What's up everybody, it's Ian from K-Fire TV. Today I'm just going to show you how to install Terrarium TV on your PC. So usually I show you how to install stuff on the Fire Stick or Fire TV, but Terrarium TV is such a cool app that I have to show you how to install it on your PC. So it's not that tough. Basically we just use BlueStacks, which is an Android emulator. And by Android emulator, I mean it emulates the Android operating system on our computer. So the first thing we do is go to KodiFireTVStick.com, and then from there in the search bar you can just type in Terrarium TV PC. There's the little search button. You just type in Terrarium TV PC and it'll bring up this article here so that you can follow along with me. And once you have that article here, you just want to follow those steps. So here we go. Step one of part one is go to BlueStacks.com in your browser. So I'm going to click on that. It opens BlueStacks in my new tab here. So here's BlueStacks.com. All we do now is click on Download BlueStacks in the top right corner. It's a little bit cut off right there, but it says Download BlueStacks. We click on that and it's going to download BlueStacks for us. So we just give it a second while that download starts in the bottom left corner of our browser there. Give it a minute. And I already downloaded this, so I'm just going to wait for it to start. And what I'm going to do is open my downloads folder. And what I did is I just went to my downloads folder because I had previously downloaded BlueStacks. But in your case, you just wait for BlueStacks to finish downloading the way it was for me in the bottom left corner. Okay, so all I did there was launch the BlueStacks installer file, which is the same file that we just downloaded from BlueStacks.com. And here is the BlueStacks installer. So I launched that and there's that big blue button that says install now. So I click on that button and it's just going to install BlueStacks for us, which once again is an Android emulator for Windows PCs so that we can run Android apps on our Windows PC. Apps like Terrarium TV and all of the support apps that Terrarium TV requires to run. So we're just going to give this a few minutes to install BlueStacks on my PC. And then once BlueStacks is installed, we're just going to go back to the guide at KodiFireTVStick.com and we're just going to continue with this install guide here. And the next steps are basically to sign in to Google after we launch BlueStacks. And then from there we go to the next set of steps in which we install Aptoide. So I'm going to wait for that. I'm going to go back to the BlueStacks installer. It looks like it's almost done. And there we have it. So BlueStacks finished installing and then it immediately launched itself. And what we want to do here is sign in. So at this point we can just click on the arrow that is on the right hand side of the screen. And then we click on sign in. So we click the right arrow one more time, one more time, one more time, one more time, one more time. And we can actually close this tutorial. And I don't want to improve location accuracy, so I clicked I do not agree. And now I'm in the United States, so I'm going to click next under English United States. And at this point we just log into our Google account. If you don't want to use your normal Google account, then just create a new Google account. I recommend that you use a VPN if you're going to use BlueStacks for Terrarium TV. So look in the description of this video for a 60% off VPN coupon so that you can hide your IP address while you're streaming with Terrarium TV in BlueStacks for Windows. So at this point, like I said, all we do is sign into a Google account. I'm going to click on continue and sign into our Google account. All right, so what I did there is I just signed into my Google account, but I have two-factor authentication enabled, so I have to look on my phone because it's going to pop up a little question saying, do you really want this sign-in to occur? So I'm just going to do that on my phone. All right, so I click next so that it will give me the prompt on my phone so that I can get past this authentication. And now I press yes on my phone. And now it's going to authenticate in the BlueStacks app and it should proceed for us. There we go. You can see the little icon moving there. And at this point, it's signing in And then once we're signed in here, we can proceed with the rest of the Terrarium TV install process. It's not that bad from this point. From this point, we just use BlueStacks to install a couple of apps, and then we're done. So now I'm going to uncheck these boxes here so that we are not reporting information that we don't need to, and then click the icon at the bottom, and then uncheck this box here and click the icon one more time. Now we have payment info, and what I'm going to do here is say no thanks. And now I'm going to click next. And here we are. So here we have BlueStacks. And at this point, like I said, we're going to go back to the tutorial at KodeFireTVStick.com and continue with part 2, because we are finished with the BlueStacks install and sign in process. And now we're just going to download and install Aptoide in BlueStacks. So in our browser, we want to enter this address, or just click on this link here. So we click on that link. It's bit.ly/A323KFTV. So it's downloading Aptoide TV, the APK file. And I actually already downloaded this as well already. So I'm not going to wait for that to download. And instead of that, I'm just going to continue with the steps here. For you, you're going to have to wait for that to download, but it only takes about a minute anyway. So in BlueStacks, we want to go to the Home tab and then click on Install APK. So we're going to go to BlueStacks down here. And now after we have BlueStacks open, we're going to click on the Home tab in the top left corner, and then we're going to click on My Apps in the top left corner, and then we're going to click on Install APK in the bottom right corner. So I'll move the window so we can see that a little bit better. Click on Install APK in the bottom right corner, and now we just locate the file that we downloaded, which is Aptoide TV 323.apk. So I open that file, click open, and now it's going to install this app for us. It's going to install Aptoide TV. So now Aptoide TV is installed, and in the bottom right corner of my PC it says Aptoide TV has been installed in BlueStacks. It's just off the screen for you to see, but it is there. So at this point we can click on the Aptoide TV icon in BlueStacks to launch Aptoide TV, because that's what we want to do next. And just to verify that, we're going to go back to our tutorial on KodeFireTVStick.com, and then what we're going to do is move to part 3 here, which is use Aptoide to install MX Player 1.9.7 or later. So essentially all we do is go to BlueStacks and we click on Aptoide, and then I'm going to rearrange the window so BlueStacks is there. And anyway, Aptoide is going to launch now, and it's going to ask if we want to update. And we should be okay without updating Aptoide. You can update that if you want. But I actually did this process without updating Aptoide, and everything turned out okay. So for now, I'm just going to click on cancel to not update Aptoide. And now I'm going to use the up and down arrows on my keyboard to navigate around Aptoide. And the first thing I want to do is search for an app. Or if you can actually just see it in the main menu here, it's MX Player. So if you don't see it there, you can go to the search icon in the top left corner, hit enter, and then search for MX Player. So there we go, we have MX Player in the search box, hit enter, and then right off the bat we should see MX Player. So we click on MX Player, and then we click on Other Versions. So don't click install yet, click on Other Versions. And now click on Other Versions. You might have to click it twice. And then scroll down, because the latest version is not at the top. It's in the middle here. It's 1.9.7. So we click on 1.9.7 or the latest version. And then we click on install. Now I started to try and install this earlier, so for me it says resume, but for you it's going to say install. So just click on install, and what it's going to do is, for me it's going to try to resume the download that I tried earlier, but for you it'll just start the fresh install. So it's downloading and installing this, and now I click next, then I click install. So it installs this app in BlueStacks, our Android emulator for PC. Now I just click done, because I'm not actually going to launch that app directly. It's just a support app for Terrarium TV. And now at this point I can press the back button in BlueStacks to go back, and then one more time, And then we're back at the search here. And what I can do now is in the search box, I can erase MX Player and type in codec, C-O-D-E-C. So there is the default search results, but we don't want to pick the first result. We want to use the keyboard to press the down arrow to go down to this list of icons here. And then we can see there is MX Player Codec X86, and that's the one we need right there. That's the one for PC. So X86 stands for PC processors. So we click on MX Player Codec X86, and then we click on install. So this is going to install the last support app we need to run Terrarium TV on our PC. And now we just click next and then click install. That's going to finish installing. Now we click done. And now for the final step. So now just to verify that we're on track, I'm going to go back to our tutorial at CodyFireTVStick.com. And now I'm going to move on to part 5 since we're done with part 4. Part 5 is install and watch Terrarium TV on PC. So basically we just launch BlueStacks and then run Aptoide in BlueStacks, and then we use Aptoide to find Terrarium TV. So we're going to go back to BlueStacks, which is in our program bar here. Click on that. Here's BlueStacks. And so after we're in BlueStacks in Aptoide TV, we just want to press the back button to get back to the Aptoide TV main menu. So there we are at the Aptoide TV main menu or home screen. And at this point, we just want to find Terrarium TV. So I actually can see that it is in the main menu here next to Facebook and MX Player. So you can find it there, or you can go to the search icon in the top left corner, hit enter on the search icon, and then search for Terrarium. So you hit enter, and then there is Terrarium TV. So we click on Terrarium TV, and then we click install. And you can see Terrarium TV is downloading just fine. And it's done. Now we click on next and install. So there we have Terrarium TV app installed. Now we press open. It's going to launch Terrarium TV. Then we should see this option. So we already installed all the support files. So we're ready to go here. Choose default video player, leave it on MX, and click OK. And I'll press cancel here, and then I'll press accept. And at this point, we are using Terrarium TV. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to search for a public domain movie like Night of the Living Dead. And maybe that's under movies. Okay, Night of the Living Dead. I'll click on that movie, click on the play button in the top right corner. And after I clicked on the play button in the top right corner, it should try to get the sources for us. There we go. I'm going to click on one of the sources and then click on play, just like I do on Fire Stick in Terrarium TV. And I'm going to hope that this stream just plays for us right off the bat. It should. It looks like it's going to. And there we go. So yeah, there you go. Terrarium TV on the PC, just like you have it for Fire Stick. So anyway, that's about it. Using this same process, you can install other cool apps like Mobdro and Showbox using Aptoide TV and BlueStacks. So for example, if I wanted to install Mobdro, I could go back to Aptoide TV, which is that tab here in BlueStacks, and then I can just press back until I get to the Aptoide TV home screen, and then I can just look in the menu here for the top applications. And then eventually there's Mobdro, so I can hit enter on Mobdro. Or I would actually recommend going to settings and seeing if you can update this app, update the Aptoide app. Or maybe we might have to launch it again to update it to get that notification to pop up asking if we want to update it. So if you update the Aptoide app, it might give you some more options and more recent, more newer versions of the apps that it has. But anyway, that's how you get Terrarium TV on your PC, just like you do for Fire Stick or your Android smartphone or tablet. And that's how you actually watch movies with Terrarium TV. And by the way, if you look, when you go to play a movie, after you get the list of sources, if you select a movie, you're going to have several options. So we click on a source here, and then you can see we have play with subtitles, play with ... and download. So if you want to get creative, you can mess with the features of Terrarium TV. If you do, then I recommend you use a VPN. Once again, there's a coupon for that, 60% off VPN in the description of this video. So anyway, I hope you enjoy Terrarium TV on PC and stream lots of TV shows and movies with Windows and Terrarium TV and BlueStacks, and have fun.